Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and become a part of our crew. Okay, you guys, so for today, I'm a little bit nervous. Oh my goodness, I'm nervous. So I am trying a new video idea. I've always kind of wanted to do videos like this and talk about stuff like this, but not too long ago, it wasn't really something that a lot of people talked about. I didn't know that you could talk about stuff like this on YouTube. But now that I have found Bailey Sarian and I see that it is now possible, I'm going to do it too because I enjoy it. It's interesting. I like to learn. So today we are going to be talking about a serial killer. Yeah. And this one hits a little bit close to home for me. And I did do that on purpose. I want to talk about different serial killers from different states. And of course, I started with my own. So I live in Oregon, and we are going to be learning about a serial killer who ended up in Oregon. So if that's something that would interest you and you would like to learn about Bobby Jack Fowler, then just keep on watching. Alrighty, so I am going to be doing my makeup today. This is a makeup channel, so I'm going to incorporate makeup into the video. I am going to be doing my makeup differently. I don't want to copy Bailey Sarian because she is so unique in her own way and she's absolutely phenomenal. And I will definitely link her channel down below because she is just awesome in every way. Today I am going to be doing my makeup like a normal makeup look just because I'm first starting out in doing these types of videos. But moving forward, I will be doing more of like a cosplay type makeup looks and during these videos. But for today, we're starting out slow, okay? So bear with me. Alrighty, so today we are going to be talking about Bobby Jack Fowler. Yeah, he's a scary one. He was a suspect in the Highway of Tears killings in Canada. He was born June 12th, 1939 in Taylor County, Texas, to Selva and Oma Lee Fowler. Some said, this is a biggie. Some said he was a criminal straight from the womb. Yeah, that's where we're going today. We're just going to dive right in. I also do want to pop in a little bit of a disclaimer just because, I have kids and I don't want to just, start watching a video that I think is going to be okay and then things be talked about to where my kids can hear. So I did want to put a disclaimer in there that we will be talking about murder. We will be talking about rape, and we will be talking about some things that are not very nice today. So just if you're around kids or anything like that, make sure pop in your headphones maybe. Wait to watch until nighttime. I'm not sure. But I just wanted to give you guys that quick disclaimer. He was the second son born to his parents. His siblings were Walter Frank Fowler and Linda Susan Fowler. I tried looking everywhere. I scoured everywhere to try to find any information that I possibly could about Bobby's upbringing and childhood, just because I definitely think that has a lot to do with why they turn out the way that they do and why they do the things that they do. I just really like to get to know these people in a way that could maybe explain why they do what they do. But I could not find anything about his upbringing, his childhood, nothing. Nothing. He did marry Teresa Louise Patton on March 6, 1959. They had 5 kids together. This is where things get messy because y'all know the game telephone. When the story circulates around to different people, things get kind of switched up. So I did find some sources that said he had never married and he had no kids. And then I found sources that said he had married twice. And then I found sources that said he married Teresa. So I'm going based off of that. They had 5 kids together. Their children were Johnny, Janie, Pam, Loretta, and Randall. They later divorced May 17th, 1971 in Dallas County, Texas. I'm wondering if that had anything to do with Mr. Fowler's things to come, which I kind of think, yeah. I mean, if you were in Teresa's position, what would you do? Just saying. He would then begin to travel to many different states, which a lot of people had called it rabbiting around. So like he would commit crimes and then he would immediately jump to a new state to establish himself in that state so he couldn't be connected to that crime. Yeah, he thought he was pretty smart. He went to Florida, Iowa, Louisiana, Texas, Oregon, South Carolina, Arizona, Tennessee, Washington State, as well as Canada, which is where they think the majority of his murders had occurred. He was considered a transient construction worker, often working as a roofer. He was known to use methamphetamine and was an admitted alcoholic. He likes to drink. He likes to do the drugs. That's not a good combination. He had an extensive, violent criminal history. He was convicted for attempted murder, assault with a dangerous weapon, sexual assault, arson, kidnapping, attempting sexual assault, and firearms offenses. This guy was just super bad. While traveling, he was known to stay in different motels and drive old, beaten up cars, just going from here to there, doing odd jobs, general labor, construction, and roofing. His first murders took place in 1969, so right before he divorced, well, right before him and his wife got divorced. So, like I said, wonder why they got divorced. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? His first murders took place in Texas. He was arrested for murdering a man and a woman, but somehow, I have no clue how he got away with this and how he did this. Somehow, he was able to get off with the only charge being discharging a firearm within city limits. What? Stuff like this really just blows my mind because these 2 murders took place in 1969. If he would have been charged with murder, all of the other murders after wouldn't have taken place. What? That just blows my mind. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. How? How do you murder 2 people and only get charged with discharging a weapon within city limits? Yeah. Weird? I think so. Later that year, he spent time in a Tennessee prison for attempted murder and sexual assault. Investigators said, quote, he tied the woman up, beat the hell out of her with her own belt, covered her up with brush, and left her to die. She ended up crawling to the roadway to get help, and she did survive. That's just so crazy to me. Then, in October of 1973, he was a suspect in the killing of Gail Ann Ways, and I am so sorry if I am pronouncing that wrong, of Clearwater. Police believe Ways left the gas station where she was working at about 9:30 p.m. to hitchhike back to her parents' house in Kamloops. It always, man, hitchhiking, not a good thing to do, not safe at all. Her nude, decomposed body was found nearly a year later, April of 1974, just off of Highway 5 in a ditch filled with water, 11 kilometers south of Clearwater. It was said that she taught young girls and did not use drugs. Why they wanted to bring that up, I don't know. And that's what the family said, so I think the family was just trying to put out there, like, this was not a troublemaker. She wasn't, like, out doing bad things. She was a good person, helpful, and this happened to her. Then he was suspected in the killing of Pamela Darlington. On November 6th, 1973, the last day she was seen. This was just 1 month after Gail Ways went missing. Pamela was just 19 at the time. She was last seen at the David Thompson pub in the company of a man with messy blonde hair. Her body was found the next day by Frank Allman Sr. and his son Frank Jr., who spotted her body at the edge of their property. That was a bad day for them and very sad, horrible day for Pamela's family. Then in 1974, Bobby would work in Prince George for a roofing company called Happy Roofing. This is what investigators used to tie Bobby to Canada. An investigator had said, and quote, "He was of the belief that women who hitchhiked and drank and went to bars desired to be violently sexually assaulted." End quote. Bobby Fowler is a suspect in at least 16 murders in British Columbia. On May 3rd, 1992, around 1 a.m., Sheila Swanson, 19, and Melissa Sanders, 17, were last seen making a call from a payphone near the Beverly Beach. Oh, this hits so close to home. I've been to this place, so I know I can picture it in my head. I can see the store where they were at using the payphone. It's so weird to me when I read about this stuff and the victims have been to the places where I've been, you know? It just makes it a lot more real and just terrifying to know, like, oh, I've been there. I know exactly where they were. Yeah. It's super scary. So they were last seen using a payphone near the Beverly Beach State Park, where they had been camping. Their bodies were later discovered on October 10th, 1992 by hunters in a wooded area near Eddyville, Oregon. Bobby would be a suspect in their deaths. Gosh, Bobby, what are you doing? Goodness. Then in 1995, Fowler is suspected in the murders of Jennifer Eason, 15, and Cara Leas, 16. Both teenagers vanished on a Newport road in Oregon. Loggers found their bodies several weeks later. Just so crazy. I've been to Newport so many times. It's such a beautiful place right there on the ocean, and it blows my mind. It really blows my mind. I never knew about this guy. I never knew this Bobby guy or that he had done these terrible things in this town. It's scary. It's just really scary, especially when it's hitting closer to home. Their bodies were found several weeks later. And then, You guys, it finally happened. About time. June 28th, 1995, Bobby would be finally arrested. He's finally caught. They're finally arresting him. About time, you guys. About time. I don't understand how he got away with all of this for as long as he did. It really blows my mind. And back then, it just seems like it was normal for these people to get away with these crimes for so long, just because the forensics just wasn't there yet, you know? They weren't there yet. They didn't have the tools that they needed. They didn't have the DNA testing that we have nowadays. They just didn't have the right tools that would have helped them to figure all of this out and connect him to all of it, right? It just blows my mind. On this night, Bobby persuaded a 35-year-old woman to join him for dinner and a night at the Chinook Winds Casino, which again, this is so weird to me because, and just so sad, but I've been to this casino that they're talking about, and it just seems, it's just so weird to hear the name of that casino in a story like this. But this just goes to show you that it doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter who you are. This is possible to happen anywhere. But back at the Newport motel room, the Tides Inn, he slapped and punched her and tied her up with rope and told her that he was going to rape her and throw her into the ocean. Yes, he did. That's what he told her. He said he was going to tie her up. He tied her ankles up, and then he said he was going to rape her and kill her and throw her in the ocean. So now you can just think what is going through this woman's head, right? Crazy. You're going to do what? Excuse me? No, you're not, sir. No, not today. I don't think so. This woman later did an interview with 48 Hours. She said the attack lasted about an hour and a half. She said his eyes were cold and black, and he scared her. She just kept saying over and over again that he scared her, which I'm guessing so. Like, you're in this hotel room, you're tied up, you're being beaten and raped, you're being told that you're going to die. That's quite terrifying. I could understand that. And she just kept saying that he just wasn't a normal person. She wasn't like her or anyone else. That's for sure. So, and during this attack that was lasting an hour and a half that she is guesstimating, naked and bleeding, she bit Bobby and ran and jumped out of a 2-story high window and escaped. Got away, went and told the cops, this man over here, he's crazy, he's scary, and he tried to kill me. Go get him. And the police did just that. They went to go and get him and arrest him, and they indeed did arrest him. He was arrested and charged with kidnapping and rape and taken to jail. Go to jail, sir. It's about time. It's been a long time coming, and you gotta go. No more doing crazy stuff and hurting women. So this makeup look took a turn that I wasn't expecting. That's okay. So he was arrested for a kidnapping and rape in Newport. And then he decided, you know what? This is not fair. You guys are trying to put me in jail for the rest of my life. Because he was old at this time. He was pretty old. And they sentenced him to 16 years with the chance of parole, which just kind of blew my mind. for such a terrible crime. But, you know, that is what he was sentenced to. But later on, this guy, he just thinks he is too cool for school. He decided he was going to sue for his civil rights being violated because he was charged with kidnapping when that was wrong. How could they charge me with kidnapping? I did not kidnap her. What? Why would you guys say such a thing about me? I'm a gentleman. Offered to take her to dinner, offered to take her out to the casino, took her back to the hotel. It was only right that, you know, I'd be allowed to kill her, you know? And rape her and stuff. Tie her up. Scare the crap out of her. Why not? Why are you guys charging me for kidnapping? She came to my hotel room willingly. Yeah. That was his argument for his lawsuit. He was suing for $3 million because he did not kidnap her. She came to his motel room on her own free will. See, this is why I like to know and like get in the minds of the serial killers, because I want to know like why he even thought for a moment that was a case he could win. Like, Bobby, what you doing, buddy? You're making yourself look even worse than you already are, which I didn't think that was even a possibility. Like, I have no idea what he was thinking. I don't think he was. But he also thought, like, all of these women wanted to be violently assaulted, so I guess that's where his logic was on that. He then died May 15th, 2006 at the Oregon State Penitentiary in Salem, Oregon. And that, sorry, I can't line my lips and talk at the same time. That blows my mind that he died at OSP, is what we call it here in Oregon, because I grew up in Salem. I know that town very well. I know exactly where that prison is. And this man, he died in there. He died of lung cancer. And he was cremated, and the locations of his ashes are unknown. Which I just thought that was kind of interesting. It's not too big of a deal. Like, oh no, his ashes are gone. Where could they be? But it was an interesting fact that I found. So, wow. This makeup look took a dark turn. Sorry about that, you guys. But that is not where this story ends. No, it's not. No. In September of 2012, there was a breaking news story. Dun, 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 dun. News broke that Bobby Fowler's DNA matched a victim. And that victim was 16-year-old Colleen McMillan. She was last seen in August of 1974 by her brother, Sean. She told him she was going hitchhiking to her friend's house and to not tell their parents. Not a good idea, Colleen, but we're not victim blaming. We're just saying, like, that's just so scary. And I guess back then it was just like something fun and exciting and something crazy to do and be rebellious. But poor Colleen. Ugh. This took place south of Prince George, British Columbia. Remember, that was the time that Bobby was working for the Happy Roofing Company in Prince George, 1974. She was found off of a logging road. Investigators believed she had been strangled. Colleen McMillan would be the only confirmed victim of Bobby Jack Fowler. So they suspect that he had killed 20 or more people. He was suspected in the Highway of Tears killings, but there was only one confirmed killing that he was linked to. That is just unbelievably crazy to me, and that is the story of him. So let's see, is there like a moral we can take from this? What can we like do to keep ourselves safe in the future to not become a victim of such a person like this? And I'm pretty sure that it's pretty obvious what that lesson would be. And that lesson would be, please, please, please do not hitchhike. Oh my goodness. It's like so scary. I've never hitchhiked before. I think that's just terrifying. You never know who you're getting in the car with. And that goes the same for people who pick up hitchhikers. There is a story that I have heard of a woman who would hitchhike and would kill the people that picked her up. Maybe one day we'll have to talk about her because she became like one of the first American women serial killers. Anyways, that is my video. What did you guys think? I thought it was pretty fun. I like doing videos like this. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of this in the future. And I love you guys so, so very much. And I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, safe day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.